Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is JJ. So today I'm going to be doing a pick a card in regards to Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is right around the corner. We are in the shadow stage. So again, all my information is listed in the description box below. The timestamps will be pinned in the comment section. I'm trying to get the little eggs here so you guys can pick. As you can see, I have my decks in the background. Also, there's a lot of Scorpio energy that's going on with this Mercury retrograde. A lot of planets, if I'm not mistaken, Venus, the Sun, Mercury are all going to be in Scorpio. So, with that being said, there's a lot there that it's going to get intense. It's going to get crazy. So I wanted to get a little bit of information from Spirit to kind of see what's going on for us, to make it a little bit more personal. Again, to know how Mercury retrograde will affect you, look at your rising sign. Where's Mercury transiting? So if you're a Leo rising, that means that Mercury retrograde will be transiting in your 8th house. So hooray to us, right? It's all about intimacy. It's the house originally of Scorpio, and it will affect any other planets that are with you in that house. A lot of you have asked me, requested for me to offer a service of reading the charts. And I'm working on that as well. I have a lot of things that I'm working on, but that's my thing. That's my Mars and Gemini there. You know, I have a lot of ideas and I have a lot of things, and I'm a little bit all over the place, and it's hard for me to kind of get anything done because I want to do everything at once. So just be patient and let's see. So again, with this energy of Scorpio, a lot of people are going to be feeling very touchy, very sensitive, maybe feeling alone, stingy, you know, all the Scorpio qualities. But remember, the positives about Scorpio is transforming, and he is the provoker. So a lot of things are going to be provoked within us. A lot of things, okay? So just be patient with yourself. And also what I'm getting is, remember that Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. What is Pluto? Pluto is his way or the highway. He loves to have control. Okay, so he's also about surrendering control. So a lot of us, we're going to be looking at things that will be asking us to surrender to certain things, right? To let Spirit take the wheel in some way. So again, a powerful stuff, because Scorpio is the phoenix rising from the ashes, so that we will be that too, okay? And what aspect, again, is going to depend on your chart, on your rising sign, the planets, the conjunctions, and all of that good stuff. But this is just for those who want just, you know, an overview. How this Mercury retrograde in the sign of Scorpio going to affect us. Yeah, because I'm hearing something is missing. I'm hearing there's something missing. There's something, you know what, these two came out together, so I will honor that. There is something missing, and I feel like we're going to integrate it during the Scorpio. Yeah, in order for us to expand our horizons, see? Because I feel like we've been wanting to move forward in some way, but we've been staying in this box, and I feel like this Mercury retrograde will allow us to end a cycle in our lives that is no longer necessary. That is something that we have to bury once and for all, okay? That we have to kind of transform. Maybe, you know, remember, not everything is wasted, you guys. Every experience that we have is not wasted. We can always learn. We can always take wisdom out of anything good or bad that happens in our life. So let's see. Take a deep breath. We have selenite as first option. We have moss agate as option 2. And we have angelite as option 3. Winter. Okay, so winter is very highlighted. So a lot of introspection with winter. It's hibernation for me. That tells me that we are going to be feeling like we want to be alone. We want to be in our sacred space. Okay, a lot of accepting. Spirit is saying we're going to have to accept a lot during this Mercury retrograde. Let's see what else they want to channel through. They're saying it's going to be an alternate course of action, but it's going to allow us, because with it, it's going to come a new beginning. With this information that's coming in, it's going to allow us to look at things deeply and before proceeding forward. It's kind of like we're going to have a moment where we're going to go into our sacred space, into our cave, and be like, okay, is this really what I want? And during this Mercury retrograde, it will allow you to see with full clarity, and it will give you healing in some aspect in order for you to fully commit to the new path that you're going. And so it will allow you to kind of, how do I put this? Yeah, to look deeper into things, to be like, is this really what I want? Is this really serving me? Is this really where I want to be? You know, what is it missing? What do I need to change? What do I need to heal? What needs healing in my life at this time? That's what I'm saying. This Mercury retrograde is going to be very, very profound, because there's a lot of mental chaos that's going on, and I feel like all of that is, it's what's hindering you from seeing something. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, we're going to bring that up for you to heal, in order for you to start something new, in order for you to start creating. Some of you might be dreaming with a lot of crystals. They just brought up my dream. I've been having 2 days in a row dreaming of crystals that I have no idea what crystals they are. Try Googling them and I have no idea. So some of you might be dreaming with crystals. Okay, they brought it up for a reason. For others of you, I feel like this is just saying, you know, you will come out of that crystallization, and, you know, there'll be a new dawn. There'll be a new beginning for you after this Mercury retrograde. So I hope you picked your number, because I'm picking the last deck here, and I will get started because it's already 7 minutes in. So I hope you like the intro to the video. If you are new, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber of mine, or starseed as I like to call you guys, thank you for coming back. And let's get started with option 1. So those of you who picked option 1, selenite egg, let's see. I am hearing is you need to let go of control. For you guys, it's going to be a major thing about control. Letting nature take its course, letting things happen naturally for you guys, okay? In order for you guys to move forward. So let's see, what does this Mercury retrograde want to teach you, or what would you be looking at, or what guidance does Spirit want to tell you in regards to this Mercury retrograde that starts next week? The mind. Interesting. So yeah, you guys are gonna, it's Mercury retrograde is gonna hit you hard. I have to be honest here. You got the Mercury card. Okay, so if you pick this stack, just know that this Mercury retrograde will be one of those Mercury retrogrades in which you will remember. Okay, it's gonna be one of those, like the one I had where I went to school with one shoe and then I went to school with the other shoe. It was bad, you guys. I went to school all day in college, like 2 years ago, with one shoe of one type of shoe with another type of shoe, and it was so embarrassing. But you know, so it might mess with your mind. You might be in your mind a lot. You might be rethinking a lot. You might be processing a lot. I feel like you will also be letting go of a lot of mind structures, a lot of ideas, a lot of beliefs that you've been holding on to that are no longer serving you during this Mercury retrograde. Again, watch where Mercury is in your chart. Where is it transiting? Where is Scorpio in your chart? And that's where you'll be looking at a lot, okay? It might affect your communication, so be careful. Make sure you're not signing any documents, especially for you guys. But I feel like there'll be a lot of growth for you. Let it shine. Okay, a lot of green and blue. So heart and throat chakra right away. I do feel, I don't have my notebook because Spirit gave me a channeled information in the morning that I'm going to put in IG, where it showed me like a pyramid. And it showed the third eye, throat, and heart chakra. And Spirit was saying it's all making a connection. It's all making a trine. And I feel like you guys are being affected the most out of the 3. But Spirit is saying it's for you to shine. Okay, because there's a lot of things that were holding you back in your mind that would not allow you to shine. So I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you will see, you held it here. You held it contained in your hand, like this little egg here, right? You held it here, who you are in essence. You had it here, but your mind wouldn't allow you to bring it out because, again, there were limiting beliefs, there were limiting structures, there were limiting things. But after this Mercury retrograde, or during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to let it shine. It's very similar, the pattern. You're going to open it up and you're going to let it shine. And you're going to be like, you know what? This is who I am. You know, you're letting your heart shine and you're not letting your mind dictate anything anymore. Yeah, you're uncovering a lot of who you are, a lot of hidden treasures within yourself. You know, it feels like you guarded who you were. You guarded your heart, and you guarded it with your mind, because you were afraid of being judged, you were afraid of being hurt in some way. But now you're just like, screw it, I'm opening up these feathers, I'm ruffling up, and this is who I am, and I'm letting it go. So that means that you will be diving deep. You will be diving deep into your feelings, into your mind, into what is holding you back. Again, with that, doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Remember, we're talking about Scorpio. He's the ruler of life and death. He is, you know, I know how to say it in Spanish, but not in English, inframundo. So basically, you know, going to hell, back and forth and coming out of it, you know, is that kind of energy here. So again, you know, it's going to be hard. It's going to require you to, maybe you're going to be in your mind a lot, but remind yourself during this time when you're getting anxious, or when you're getting like depressed, or when you're getting like, oh my God, this is too much. Just know that at the end, it's for you to shine. It's for you to wear that crown and be like, this is who I am, you know, and accepting that and being okay with that, communicating that to the world, to your people around you, to your friends. You know, you're discovering treasures within you, within your mind, things that you didn't want to accept, or maybe that you weren't aware of. Archangel Michael's here with you. Like I said, you're going to feel like, you know, you aren't protected. You're going to feel exposed, especially if you kept your heart guarded. You're going to feel exposed. You're going to feel naked. You're going to feel like the Star card. And spirit here, especially Archangel Michael, I feel like, oh, okay, give me a second. He's saying, I am always with you. You just forget. Okay. For many of you, he's saying he is your personal guide, and you already know this. For many of you, you know you work hand in hand with Archangel Michael, and he's here to reassure you. And he's also saying, you pray to him. He's also saying here, I am here telling you, yes, I've heard your prayer. I'm working on it. For others of you, I'm getting, when you feel exposed, just know that he is there protecting you and shielding you. Now you're going to, instead of you holding that shield, now you know that he is holding the shield, and that will allow you to open yourself up more. Especially in your love life and in your connections. For some of you, this is about relationships. This is sounding very much like what's going on with me right now, but okay. Especially in relationships, I feel like you guarded yourself a lot. I feel like it was hard for you to really accept the fact that you had maybe a committed relationship. Maybe you weren't sure. Maybe you always held that belief of like, I'm not sure, you know, this person, he tells me that they love me, but I'm not sure. Or, you know, there was that doubt. And I feel like, or maybe you were like, if I shared a lot of myself, who I really am, maybe this person wouldn't like me. Or maybe you have a habit of doing that in relationships, whether that is, again, relationships like marriage or love, or this could be friendships and stuff like that. I feel like you're being more honest and being more authentic in these relationships, and you're able to speak your mind and just let it out there without any restrictions and without any fear, because they're changing for the better. Yeah, your inner voice, wow. Yeah, you're letting your inner voice shine. And I'm not even looking at the cards, I'm just picking them like this. You're letting your inner voice shine. You're not holding back anymore. I feel like you've uncovered something within yourself, and you've integrated, or you will be integrating it during this Mercury retrograde, that will allow you to find more peace and find authentic connections. And that means that you might be letting go of connections that are not authentic to you. Because you are expressing who you are, and you are being, you're letting it all out, and you're shining, you're going to see that there are relationships that no longer fit. They're not in your vibration. And Spirit is saying that's okay. That is completely okay. If you see people falling away during this Mercury retrograde, or people from your past coming back, that's the big one with Mercury retrograde, and they are not in the same vibration, and maybe before you were, maybe before this person was your best friend, and now they come back and you're like, wait, we're completely different. In a way, they're a mirror to you. Yeah, Archangel Michael saying, in a way, they're a mirror to you. They're mirroring the facade you used to hide behind. And that's the facade that you're letting go of. That was profound. I gotta drink water. Psychic knowing. A lot of you, you're discovering your psychic abilities. A lot of you are healing. A lot of you are growing psychically, intuitively, and you're uncovering that. And for a lot of you, I feel like you already know your psychic abilities will be on point during Mercury retrograde. And Spirit is saying, make sure you're listening to that psychic knowing. Make sure you're listening to that inner voice, to that intuition, because that's where the treasure hides. That's the treasure that you're guarding, but maybe you didn't allow it to speak to you fully. Fairy of wishing well, manifestation, expectations, and offerings. I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're being called to let go of your expectations. You're being called to just go with the flow. Again, Pluto is about letting go of control, transforming, changing. Pluto likes radical change. You give it to him. Okay? That's what it is. You know, just give it to him. Give him the change that he's craving. And know that things are manifesting in your life, but maybe not in the way that you thought. Anxiety, like I said, you know, it looks pretty. It's all allowing you to shine, to tap into that inner knowing. But guess what? It comes with anxiety. It comes with feeling uncomfortable, feeling exposed, feeling vulnerable, feeling maybe even sad. You know, when we let go of things, even if they're bad, but we held on to them, you know, it's hard to let them go. And so you might be feeling anxiety. And when you do that, I want you to call upon Archangel Michael to help you deal with that. Yes, relationships, about a relationship, about your connections, about your relationships, how you had anxiety, how you hid behind a relationship, how you wouldn't allow yourself to shine in those relationships. So a lot of you might have this Mercury retrograde in your 8th house, which is all about intimacy, right? Because 7th house is about marriage, 8th house is about how marriage life will be. It's about those intimate connections. So again, you know, things are getting raw between you and your partners, between you and your relationships. Maybe you are now really expressing your feelings and you're like, oh man, you know, maybe before you wouldn't allow people to see you cry, and now you're allowing them. And so you feel vulnerable in a way, right? You feel like, oh my God, I'm exposing myself. I'm showing weakness. And Spirit is saying, no, actually being vulnerable, it's actually a strength. Page of Cups. A new love for somebody who's coming in. For a lot of you, you're renovating. There's a new cycle in relationships that is happening for you. For some of you, you're creating a friendship with the water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces individual, maybe someone younger than you. Again, the fish is for that intuitive side. So I feel like your intuition is really trying to speak to you through your emotions. If you've been wanting to manifest a relationship, I feel like it will come after Mercury retrograde. Because first we have to deal with this. You already know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge. Again, during this Mercury retrograde, it's going to be very important for you to get out of your mind and step into your heart, your third eye, and your intuition, your inner voice. Because Spirit is saying you will know what to do. Don't let anxiety, don't let your mind play tricks on you. And it's leading you to adventure. A lot of blue and purple and green here. Things aren't always black and white is what I'm hearing. Look for shades in between. And know that this is all leading you to a more adventurous, wild, happier time where you don't have to have everything controlled, where you don't have to hide, where you don't have to put that crown away and fear of how others will think of you. You're going to wear that crown proud. So that is what I have for you guys for this Mercury retrograde. Overall, it looks really good, you guys. It's just feeling exposed. If you're not used to that, it might feel a little bit, like I said, uncomfortable. But you guys will be fine. Bye. So now we're going to move to option numero dos. Moss Agate. Let's see what this Mercury retrograde has in store for you, or what advice do they want to give you during this time. I'm hearing mental conflict, something that you've been dealing with mentally, something that has been draining you, something that has been taking your peace of mind. We'll be taking a second look at that, is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's see. Blessings. Okay, that trine energy is interesting. I spoke about that in option 1. So what is the grand trine? Beautiful things are coming. So I feel like for you, this Mercury retrograde will be kind of like a breeze. We'll look at the rest of the cards, but hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. But I'm picking up kind of like Jupiter energy, okay? Sorry, you had to drink water. Maybe some of you have Jupiter next to your Mars. I mean, to your Mars. Maybe Mars, yeah. No, to your Mercury. I feel like Spirit is saying, pay attention to 3 planets that are around Mercury retrograde in your chart. For some of you, if you read chart, if you read astrology. Spirit is saying this is going to be easy flow for you, because it's lifting a lot of impediments from your life. It's going to be a lot of harmony. It's going to allow you to take the path with least resistance. So you might be looking at something for a second time, and you will be able to find clarity in that, and you'll be like, oh, okay, you know what, I just have to take this path. And it will allow you to see again that, you know, there is always opportunities. Look for opportunities. Look for that Jupiter energy in your chart or in your day-to-day life, which is expansion, it's opportunities, good luck, abundance, right? It's higher learning, God knowledge. There's always enough. So this Mercury retrograde will remind you of that there's always enough, and to take the path of least resistance. Maybe you were keeping yourself, maybe you were tripping yourself up in regards to something, and you're going to take knowledge of that, and you're going to be like, you're going to take responsibility and be like, oh my God, you know, why was I looking at this like this when I could have just gone this route the whole time? Okay, so it could be something like that. It doesn't feel very much like the first group. It felt very heavy. Their Mercury retrograde, they'll feel it a lot. I feel like you guys will be more of a breeze. It's like you're finding clarity. You're finally accepting your responsibility in something. You're seeing how you're limiting yourself, and you're being like, you know what, I'm taking this path. Also, a lot of things that you left on the shelf, you're kind of picking them up now. So you're kind of taking, again, they're showing me taking a second look over things. Now, what those things are is going to be different for each person individually. There's like 25,000 of you. I cannot say each one individually, but it's going to be, you're going to be looking at something, again, something that you left in the shelf. You might be retaking, with that Jupiter energy, you might be retaking an old hobby or something, like an old project, something that you've left in the burner, and now you're retaking it. You're like, okay, now I have time to do this. Also, Spirit is saying you're gonna feel this energy of like being in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of luck that's coming in, which is interesting, because with Mercury retrograde, that's the Spirit like, you need to do this video. It's like things are flowing for you. You're going to see that things are flowing for you during this Mercury retrograde. And a lot of people have a bad rap for Mercury retrograde, and it's not always bad. It depends on, you know, your alignments, your chart, and stuff like that. But for you guys, it feels really good. It feels like there's a lot of opportunities. The koi fish. A lot of things are improving. I'm also hearing social popularity is going to increase for some of you. So if you're looking to put something out there, hey. Spirit wants you to know that during this Mercury retrograde, your path is clearing. Yeah, because you're going to be looking at, you're going to be healing. There's a lot of healing. Some of you might be reconnecting with people from the past, maybe with people who have wounded you, people who have caused you pain. And I feel like because you have done this already too, in some way, healed, I feel like because you're going to continue to do that, there's a lot of good energy that's coming in for you guys. Spirit is saying make sure you stay in the flow, make sure you're trusting the universe, but continue to work, okay? Continue to put in the work, because you're after this Mercury retrograde, you're going to reap a lot of harvest. And Spirit is saying, don't get it twisted here. There's effort that needs to be put. Yeah, see, you guys are going to be flying high. You are flying high right now, which may threaten the others, but don't descend. So things are flowing. Things are flowing for you guys. It feels really good. Maybe you guys will be like, in a sense, what I'm getting is career is going to feel really, really good. But then you in your personal life, you might feel like, okay, I had to deal with this old wound. But other aspects of your life are flowing really good. So it's kind of like a balanced Mercury retrograde, if that's even possible. Marriage. Interesting. This is interesting because the first group got love too. And you guys got marriage too. So now this is about connections. Marriage to me could be definitely marriage. Okay, so you're overcoming you're connecting deeper with your partner. But it could also mean to me marriage is 7th house. So partnerships with other people, contracts with other people, collaborations with other people. Some of you will have an opportunity to collaborate that will get you higher up, that will get you moving, that will get you in a place of status. Okay? That's what I'm hearing. You're committing to your path. So things are still going to be a mystery. So Spirit is saying, yes, it's all good, but things, they will not be easy to pinpoint. There will be that fogginess. I'm getting Neptune energy here. Awakening. Things are awakening. You're awakening to things during this Mercury retrograde. Again, maybe, like I said, you know, you might see how you were holding yourself, or you might be like, holy, why did I do this way when I could have done it the whole time the other way? So you're awakening to different things, different ideas, different possibilities, to different blessings. Okay, so it's a positive wake-up call. And then we have communication. So relationship works to be done. So for you guys, it's all about relationships. Like I said, you know, career and all of that, it's going to feel really, really good. But in a sense, I feel like there's still Spirit is saying, don't get it twisted. There's relationship work that needs to be done here, especially in marriage. Okay, things that were a mystery to you. You're awakening up to your marriage, to your relationship. What is working? What is not working? What needs to change? What needs to transform? Where do I need to surrender control in this relationship, right? That's all Pluto energy, which is Scorpio. And then we have creative potential. So you are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. So a lot of you, you're working on your expression with your partner. And I'm also hearing your expression in the world, in your relationships. 9 of Wands, like I said, something you've been dealing with is finally coming to an end. 9s are wrapping up a cycle. We're wrapping something up. Something that was, you know, difficult. It wasn't easy. And maybe it was a communication style. It was the way you communicated in your relationship. Maybe it was the way, maybe you didn't see your relationship as a blessing, and now you're like, well, wait, it is. You know, what was I thinking? And also this is about pushing through, not giving up, not throwing in the towel before the miracle happens. You're going to be called to be courageous. You're going to be called to stand up for what you believe. And that might mean communicating with your partner. I don't feel like we should do this way. We should do that the other way, you know? Like, and Scorpio rules intimacy, right? So it makes sense. And Mercury, so we're going to be looking at that. Also the intimate relationship with yourself. Where do you need to forgive yourself? Where do you need to bring healing into yourself? And then we have effort. What did I say? You need to put in the effort. And I'm not even looking at them. I'm just pulling them out. So where are you, you know, where are the road bumps? How do we clear them? Where can we bring more harmony into this for some of you relationships, for others of you work? Spirit is saying you're going to see that not every single one of them is right for you. Not every single option that is being presented to you is the right one. You're going to have to see which one is the right one. Which one are you willing to put that effort into? Again, just because you have the blessings cards doesn't mean that you don't have to put effort. You will have to put effort into something. Because the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. But again, that doesn't mean that we just sit there and just let it go. You have to put effort behind what you do. And that might mean putting more effort into your communication with your partner. Taking responsibility. Exactly. Spirit is saying, we're giving you what you want. Now you have to put the effort. You're being blessed in some way, but with that blessing comes responsibility. And I'm also hearing, you know, there was a disconnection with the partner here, and I feel like that we're reconnecting there. We're crossing bridges. We're letting it go. We're putting it to rest in some way. Okay? So that is what I have for you guys, and now we're going to move to option 3. So for those of you who picked Angelite, we have, let's see, what does this Mercury retrograde want to tell you? Saturn return, Saturn energy. Okay. So, your routine. Your routine, some of you might be going through your Saturn return like I am. So if you're going through your Saturn return, guess what? We're going to be looking at more of that. What is Saturn return? What is it trying to teach you? It's karma. It's, I'm hearing shattering the illusions. Let's see, what else am I hearing here? Spirit is saying it's time for you to put your childish things behind, to create the life. Spirit is saying during this Mercury retrograde, we're getting you ready to live your life. Wow, that's powerful. Let me repeat that again. They're saying they're getting you ready to live your life. It's time to live your life and be responsible for your life and your goals. No more saying, because this happened to me, I am this way. Because if that wouldn't have happened to me, I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't be this way. Spirit is saying no. Enough with that. They're also saying we're getting rid of the feeling of being discouraged. There will be obstacles. You will overcome them. With Saturn, they're not easy obstacles, but they're teaching you the basics of life. Think about it. Think about it, life skills. Okay? Think about it like that. Spirit is saying we're taking the situation to a better place than it was. We're course correcting. We're doing corrections into our lives. Things that aren't based on reality. So shattering illusions is coming in heavily for you guys. Tending to the small things. Yeah, that is Saturn. Saturn is that boring energy. A lot of people don't like it, but I personally love it. If you guys follow me for a long time, you guys know I love it. Saturn energy. It's that mundane, day-to-day, tending the small things, doing the boring things, right? The routine, the 9 to 5, all the tedious work. That's how Mercury retrograde is going to be. You're going to be looking at these tedious things that you don't want to do. You don't want to take care of. You know, maybe it could be your laundry. I'm getting laundry. I don't know if someone's doing laundry, but they're saying laundry. You know, what needs to be cleaned? What is your schedule like? Are you happy with your life? If you're not, what corrections can we make? Because again, we're preparing you for you to live your life. We're allowing you to see where have you based your life in illusion, and where can we correct that? What in your life is shaky at this time? Where do you need to put more effort into something? That's Saturn. Yeah, and you're going to transform that. A fresh way of living emerges. Yeah, you were living one way, and again, they're preparing you to live your life, and you're going through major transformation here. Major transformation. After this Mercury retrograde, you're going to live your life in a whole different way. Your mentality is going to change. You're going to be taking responsibility and being like, whoa, you know, this is not the life I want. I want a different life. And you're going to make changes. You're going to change your course. It's kind of like going through rough passages here. But it's also about harvest. After this Mercury retrograde, Spirit is saying you will be able to understand things better than you did a year ago, a month ago. And Spirit is saying there's no quick fixes, and you're starting to see that if you want a good life, you have to put effort. If you want a good relationship, it requires effort. If you want this, it requires you time and effort, and you're starting to see that. You're starting to see that there's no quick fixes. And if you have taken quick fixes, this Mercury retrograde is going to show you that those things ended up shaky, and that we have to go back and redo the work and do it the good way. No taking shortcuts here, no cutting corners, okay? They just keep saying illusions, illusions that are not serving you. And they're saying it's time for you to see what you are made of. Wow. Yeah, you're going to see the view. You're going to see the bigger picture. You guys, I'm not looking at the cards. I'm just pulling them as they go like this. So you are going to see things from a different perspective. You're going to see things from a higher perspective. And because you have this higher perspective now, you're able to see where are things shaky, what needs effort, where do I need to, you know, restructure, where in my life have I built something based on illusion, or based on because I didn't want to attend the tedious things. And you're going to be transforming that. You're going to be that phoenix literally rising out of the ashes. And then we have Carissa. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Yep. You're wrapping things up. And this came out in the channeled information at the beginning of the reading. If you skip that over, I suggest you go back. But I feel like, again, you know, they're preparing you for a new cycle in your life that's going to be happier, because guess what? It's going to be your life and it's going to be on your terms. But first we have to deal with this life that you built that was based on illusion. That was not good for you. You're moving past the hardships, I'm hearing. Yeah, let go. Yeah, with Pluto, I would suggest that you let go. Do not hold on to nothing. Let things flow naturally, because Pluto, it likes control, okay? Spirit is saying, too, you're getting a second chance on something. You're paying your dues in some way, because you're going to move to the next level. You're putting the past behind you, therefore you are correcting things. You're releasing what's not working, what has been, you know, repressed, what has kept you feeling stuck, what has kept you feeling boxed and frustrated. Older males might be very significant. Maybe how your father played a role, how your husband played a role, how significant males in your life, authority played a role in your life. It's time for you to face the truth of your responsibility of your life, the choices that you have made. And Spirit is saying it's time to get real. It's a reality check. It's stripping you bare of things, of illusions, you know. And again, it's not easy. We're building a solid foundation here, one that is steady for you, to bring in more balance. Exactly, because your life was out of balance in some way, and you're going to live your life based on your unique gifts. Well, based on your unique gifts. Transcending the ego. Yes, the ego is illusion, essentially. So it's breaking of the ego. You're letting go of the ego. And you're living your life more alignment to your higher self, to your authentic self, to who you are as an individual. And you're letting go of these egotistic ideas, beliefs. Again, ego is not bad, you guys, but we need to have a healthy balance, right? And forgiving too. Forgiving maybe a father, a significant male in your life, and letting that go. Miracle. So Spirit is saying, you know, all will turn out well. The forces of love are at work. The current situation is governed by a higher power. So again, letting go. Know that Spirit is taking care of things in order for you to bring in more balance. With the King of Rods, so maybe you're a fire sign. Maybe the significant male is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But could also be that you will be embracing these qualities. And guess fire signs have a lot of ego. Okay? Not always. I'm not throwing shade at my fire signs, you guys. I have a Leo rising ruled by the sun, so you guys know. Don't even go there. But, you know, they have a lot of confidence. And sometimes confidence is good, but sometimes it's based on illusion. And so it comes, you know, shattering down. And so it might hurt a little bit your confidence during this time, but Spirit wants you to know that everything's going to be okay. And you're going to come out as the King of Rods, which is, you know, with a healthy confidence, sure of where you are going, knowing what your passion is, and moving forward diligently towards that. And then we have patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. So during this time, have patience. Everything with Saturn is a slow moving planet. So it's requiring you a lot of patience. It's requiring you a lot of Again, it's that boring energy. Spirit just keeps saying it's boring energy. Okay, it is. But Spirit is saying it's okay. Because you're facing the truth. Things are getting real here. It's a stripping of things. It's a reality check. And that may be in your relationships, whatever it is, but you're getting a reality check. And for some of you, in all areas of your life, for some of you, it's going to be in one main area, depending where Mercury is transiting in your chart. Because I don't see a lot of relationships in this one. The other ones were. This one is, I feel like it's in all areas of your life. That you're getting a reality check and seeing what needs to be nurtured. What needs to be taken care of. For some of you, it's about your passion. It's about where you want to go in life. It's about being an adult. Love. Finding love in the situation for yourself and others. And even if that person that you need to forgive. That relationship that you need to transform. Doing what you love. And following that. That's what you're going to discover during this Mercury retrograde. So that is what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. You know, you're discovering your passion and you're trusting it and you're following your passion. And this is in your life and your career for you guys. So that is what I have for you guys. I wish you the best. Take care of yourselves. It was an honor. God bless you and bye.